relationship, had some ups and downs, but it settled down, and we established a very, very good media by the end of it all. You would recall that Prime Minister Modi and President Trump had that extraordinary Howdy Modi event in Houston, which had 50,000 Indian Americans, listening to the two presidents at that rally. Subsequently, President Trump came to India for Namaste Trump, and in Ahmedabad, he addressed 100,000 people. So those were high points. There's a good connect between the leadership, but also I think on every front, whether it's the geopolitical point of view, the fact that the Trump administration revived the Quad, they had instituted the 2+2 dialogue of defense and foreign ministers. They were strong on counterterrorism. They were supportive during Pulwama in listing of entities in the Security Council. So from every perspective, I think there was good cooperation. We also, I think, did very well on the economic side, where our bilateral trade increased. We started sourcing oil and gas from the United States for the first time. And I think we had some very good two-way investment flows during that period of time. So from that perspective, Trump 1.0 was something that we were able to watch closely. It will be very different in Trump 2.0.
Absolutely, Ambassador. Also, Trump has made several campaign promises, something I was discussing with Susan as well. It's now time to act. Do you think he will be able to deliver on what he has promised?
Trump as a candidate and Trump as a presumptive president, he is not hitting out at his rivals. He is not making comments that are derisive as far as his protagonists are concerned. So perhaps there will be greater sagacity. If there is a legacy issue, there are historic issues that are in play, and that might come into focus. But essentially, I think Trump 2.0 will certainly have some of the elements that you would expect in terms of a certain level of unpredictability, a certain level of even spontaneity in terms of decisions, but that's the style that you have to deal with and you have to contend with, and you should be prepared for surprises when you least expect it. But at the same time, you should, in every challenge there is a silver lining, and we have to understand that when it comes to issues such as trade and tariffs, we are not the first in his sight of vision.
All right, and when it comes to ties with China, that is another big question. How do you assess Trump reportedly inviting Xi Jinping for the inauguration, and how do you see ties between the two evolving?
So Trump's approach is never unidimensional, it's multidimensional. So on the one hand, he has a strong view that China has to be contained, that China's rise in the manner that is rising is detrimental to the interests of the United States. At the same time, he believes that the dumping of cheaper Chinese goods in the U.S. market is preventing manufacturing from coming up in the U.S. You are right in saying that key members of his team have strong views when it comes to containing China, whether it is the incoming Secretary of State Marco Rubio, or whether it's his National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, or whether it is the incoming Defense Secretary Peter Hegseth. All of them have views on China, and they are hawkish views. But at the same time, Trump has said that he's spoken to Xi Jinping, that he's a friend, that he can work out an arrangement with him. So there is both the threat and bluster as well as the accommodation. So there will be a two-pronged approach.
All right, Ambassador, thank you so much for your insights on that. And these are the live visuals that we're getting from Washington, D.C., Trump's convoy en route Capitol Hill. Just a few minutes from now, Donald Trump will be sworn in as the 47th President of the United States of America. This will be Trump's second term in office. Vice President-elect J.D. Vance will take the oath of office first, followed by the President-elect Donald Trump, who is expected to issue a slew of executive orders. Next 24 hours of Trump's presidency and Trump's time in office are going to be crucial to watch out for. This will be starting with the opening invocation, with the vice presidential oath, and then the presidential oath and address, as I mentioned. These are the live visuals that we're getting from Washington, D.C. Trump's convoy en route Capitol Hill. For latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.